Yo, what's good, everyone? Divine Sense Boxing back in the building. I appreciate everyone dropping by to check out this video and also for being a part of what will be boxing history come November 6th. That's right. We're going to get a undisputed super middleweight champion of the world. I'm excited for this fight, and I know you are too. I just want to do a real quick introduction / disclaimer before this video starts and just start off by saying that this is something that I like to do every so often, is offer a stylistic point of view of the fight rather than just getting on the mic and talking about it, because sometimes it's a bit repetitive and a little bit cliche. And like I said, I just try to do something a little bit different. I first want to thank my good friend out here, Brian Macy, who actually was a very good amateur and won the national championships back in 1999. It just so happens we live in the same city, and he was gracious enough to help me out in making this video. So shout out to my man, Brian Macy. As for myself, I'm by no means a professional fighter. I'm by no means an expert. I'm just a guy who loves boxing, who just so happens to know his way around the ring a little bit, because I did grow up around boxing gyms and whatnot. And so take it for what the video is worth, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. We tried our best to simulate the styles of Canelo and Plant. Not an easy thing to do, so try not to beat us up too much. And like I said, we hope that you enjoy it. And if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing and staying a part of the conversation. So without further ado, here comes the video, man. Thank you. Okay, so we start off with what we think the basic movement will be, at least in the early rounds, the fill-out rounds, the first, maybe second round, with, Caleb Plant, which is being simulated here by Brian, and Canelo Alvarez, which is simulated by myself, just showing the movement of Caleb Plant, bouncing around, sliding out, emphasizing the jab, keep the jab pumping, little left uppercuts, lead uppercuts is another way to describe it. And for me, simulating Canelo as, high guard, nice and relaxed, still coming forward though, applying a little bit of pressure. But the main thing is just feeling Caleb's power, feeling where the range is at, and staying relaxed. What we started doing here is flicking out the jab, emphasizing for Brian, who's simulating Caleb Plant, to move his head, and jab while moving, not staying in front of me and forcing me to try and jab him while he's moving, which is something that we think will play out in the fight, is who will win the battle of the jabs. From here, we move to the left hook, and it's more so showing what Caleb Plant can do to counter Canelo's signature left hook. It's something that Canelo's very good at. He does. So we wanted to show what Caleb Plant can do. So when the left hook comes in, when Canelo steps in with that left hook, he check left hooks it and rolls out. So it's the check left hook and then roll out. It's something that I think will work well for Caleb to stay away, from that right hand of Canelo Alvarez, which we actually figured out could be a very dangerous weapon for Canelo. When we were going through the motions here, you guys will see here later on how the right hand could be dangerous for Caleb Plant. So then we move on with, again, Brian simulating Plant, going to the body and the head with the jab, and staying busy with that jab and moving with the jab. The idea here is to offset Canelo, not allow Canelo to set his feet, and force Canelo to use head movement as well, which you'll see here in a moment. I'll slow it down for you guys on how I tried to simulate the head movement of Canelo Alvarez, as Brian here is just pumping the jab out on me. So it's like applying effective pressure, and feeling the difference between, blocking and moving the head. Just trying to get a feel for what I think Canelo might do. Here is a slow motion of the head movement, going underneath the jab, and getting back into the position. I lean back from the jab quite a bit. It's something that Canelo has improved over the years, is his head movement, and not always using the high guard, but actually slipping and avoiding the jab to try to create openings for himself. And I tried my best to simulate that here and avoid the jab, to show that Canelo does have that ability to slip the jab for sure. All right, from here, we pick up the pace a little bit. Again, working the jab, me parrying the jab. And I think in this one, I am looking for the counter. So I'm trying to simulate what Canelo can look for, trying to counter Caleb Plant's jab. A jab that I think is going to be there a lot. So here comes a counter right hand right there. This is when we started to realize that, oh, the right hand for Canelo might be dangerous. Left hook as well is there. And so this is where we started to figure out, okay, this is what Canelo can do to try and stop Caleb Plant from moving so much and try to keep him stationary so we can basically punch him to try to hurt him. So that's the key for Canelo, right? And, you know, Brian's trying to show different feints. He's feinting a lot, forcing me, and using great movement here. I slowed it down to show some really good movement by Brian there, which forced me in a high guard because I don't know what he's doing. He's slipping, he's sliding, and it keeps me on the defensive. I was able to get another counter right hand there. And I will say this for the record, you know, I'm taller than Canelo, and I probably have a longer reach. You know, I'm 5'10" with a 74.5-inch reach. So that is a bit of a difference. But then again, I think Canelo in real life probably has faster feet than me. So it probably balances itself out. So this time I'm trying to work my jab as Canelo go to the body, go to the head. I was able to get a left hook. Boom, right hand was open, so I took it. Just trying to see what is there, what is available for Canelo against the elusive Caleb Plant. Here I'm able to get in, boom, a right hand followed up by a left hook there, and then roll out. So some availabilities there. Now we're going to take a look at Canelo Alvarez's signature left hook to the body. And, you know, basically parrying the jab of Caleb Plant and then going straight to the body. So now we reverse the roles, and I am doing Caleb Plant and Brian is Canelo Alvarez. So parry, step in, boom, big left hook to the body. That's a punch we're definitely going to see in the fight, guaranteed. This time we're looking at the parry jab, slip right hand, and then go to the body. Here we go. Parry, slip, boom, left hook to the body. So I believe if Caleb Plant oversells his right hand, this is definitely a possibility with, you know, Canelo using his head movement, slipping. And you know, if he oversells it too much and gets off balance, he's going to be able to put combinations on Caleb Plant's body for sure. So we're going to slow it down here, slipping, combos, you know, just to kind of show you the possibilities there. So this time it is me countering over the signature left hook to the body as Caleb Plant. So what can Caleb Plant do when he tries to throw that left hook? And for me, it's obviously the right hand. Boom, right there. And just try to catch him and time him as he steps in with that left hook. The right hand is there, so it just comes down to who's going to land it first. Here we work on the pressure, the little cement block that's behind Brian there. We just kind of use that as a ropes. You know, what can Caleb Plant do when he's being backed up to the ropes? And it's really just wheeling out to his left, you know, using the shoulder roll, wheel out, come in with the jab. Caleb Plant has this ability, you know, this is one of his skill sets. Using that shoulder roll, rolling the punches, and then rolling out to his left. All right, so I think here we're going to look at the clinch. So something Caleb Plant can do in this fight, clinch, turn, put him on the ropes, try to neutralize Canelo when he's got the momentum going, pull his hands down. But here what we're trying to look at now is Canelo ripping out of the clinch and keep his hands moving and just keep digging. This is something that we might see in the middle rounds of the fight. So we got Brian using the shoulder roll, tying up, ripping out, and coming right back into it. Something that I think Canelo will do. Left hooks to the body, using his shoulder, generating power. And, you know, I'm trying to put my hips in there a little bit. We do end up picking up the intensity quite a bit. Working on those rollouts. Nice little counter there by Brian. something that Caleb Plant can do, rolling off that left shoulder and then firing back with that right hand if Canelo gets too aggressive. Boom, right there, followed up by a left hook. Yeah, and that was organic right there. We did not choreograph that. It just kind of happened. So that was pretty cool. So once again, going through the motions, tying up, ripping out, going on the attack. Left hook, right hand. Brian defended it pretty well. You know, for anybody wondering, you know, we don't have mouthpieces. We're not using headgear, so we're trying to be careful. Nice counter right hand, something that could be available for Canelo. I've landed that shot 4 or 5 times when we filmed this. So the right hand is definitely available for Canelo Alvarez in this fight. But yeah, I just wanted to say, you know, we didn't have mouth guards. We didn't have headgear. We did catch each other a few times. So we're trying to be careful, but also make it a little bit realistic. Here I think we start getting into the left hook followed up by a right hand. That's when Caleb Plant leans down for too long. I feel like Canelo can take advantage to that. Yeah, just kind of mixing it up a little bit here for the camera. You know, just going through some different motions here. You know, just nothing really specific. Looking for counters. More of the inside game, you know, middle of the ring perhaps. You know, what the fighters would do. Brian's doing a good job showing the shoulder roll defense. I'm just trying to apply pressure and whatnot. So, hope you guys enjoyed this type of video. I appreciate you guys stopping by once again. And, of course, if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. Stay a part of the conversation. I will be here post-fight. I'm super, super excited for this fight. Leave your comment below. Who do you got winning this fight? Smash the like button, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Everyone stay safe, be strong. Peace.